The way that they do the action sequences, bar none, it's just completely wow. Wow. What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, and aconnectiontv.com, the one space or two spaces online where you can adopt similar connections despite our differences. Before I get into this review of whether or not you should see it or not, I need you guys to check out aconnectiontv.com. Why? Because it is my new online streaming network where we house original scripted content produced by yours truly. There are over 45 actors that work with the network, and you can find awesome content uploaded to the network weekly. It's just like a mini Netflix, which we also have an app that you can download once you subscribe. So definitely click the link below and check out what I've been working on for over a year. Also, if you like this shirt, Zaddy all day, baby, because that's what I am. I'm Zaddy all day. Click on the link below and go to the online store to get the merch. Also, if you go to aconnectiontv.com, you can click on the buy merch button, which is on the first page of aconnectiontv.com. So now on to Spider-Man Far From Home. Was I a fan of Spider-Man Homecoming? It was all right. You know, and this video is not going to be filled with spoilers either because, you know, I'm one that don't like to be I don't like the movie to be spoiled for me with all these reviews. And shout out to Grace. I love Grace's reviews. She's super dope. I love Grace. But I wasn't a complete fan of Homecoming. And so going to see this, I'm going to tell you the reason why I went to see Far From Home. I went to see Far From Home for a couple reasons. Main reason is because Tom Holland. That's the number one reason why I went to go see Far From Home. In Infinity War and in Endgame, Tom Holland ripped my heart out of my chest, slammed it on the ground, and stomped on it. The best emotionally connected scene I've ever seen in a superhero movie was when Tom Holland passed away and got dusted or got blipped in Infinity War. I was caught up in rapture with emotions during that scene. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Dr. Stark, I don't, Mr. Stark, I don't want to go. It was just, I was like, oh my God, you know, one of those like kind of moments. Tom Holland is awesome. I also think, second reason, that Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man that has played Spider-Man in the teenager realm. I mean, clearly he looks the age because I never thought Tobey Maguire looked young enough to play. Anyways, he looks the age, and he is a teenager. Well, not now, but when he started, he was. And I like Tom Holland's boyish charm and his wittiness and his one-liners. It's reminiscent of Peter Parker, okay? And number three, because Feige promised us that this would be the tail end to the saga of Phase 3. And I, for one, like going to these movies because it's an episode after an episode after an episode. And that's what I like about it. You know what I'm saying? After Endgame, what's happening next? What's going on? And so those are the three reasons why I decided to go see Far From Home. So I will tell you that the pacing of this movie is really slow. It really drags on, and I'm upset because the scenes that we see in the trailer aren't in the movie. They were cut in the movie. Matter of fact, 10 minutes of footage was cut from the beginning of the movie because they felt that it would really drag it out. And honestly, I'm sorry. I would have loved to see the stuff that we see in the trailers because for like literally the first half of the movie, there's no Spider-Man action. And it's just a development piece either way. So at least within the 10 minutes we got to see when he took down the mob, you know, that would have been refreshing to see. But the whole beginning of the movie is a snooze fest. If you like character development, you'll love it. If you love Tom Holland like I do, you'll love it. But I could have got some action in the mix of all of that. That's what I was really looking for. Now, when they go across, you know, when they go far from home, that's when things start to pop off. But it took too long for the action to start. The beginning half of the movie is very teenager love story comedy. Tom Holland just comes back from the blip. All of the kids just come back from the blip. And so they're really having to find their footing again after being gone, dusted for 5 years. And, you know, for the most part, it seems like the world is pretty much picked up where it needed to and kept moving, you know? I really love how the beginning of the movie starts with the Whitney Houston song. And and in the beginning, I was like, okay, what were we talking about? But then, you know, we see who we're talking about. No spoilers. We see who we're talking about. And then right then and there, the high school video starts and then they start talking about the blip. They call it a blip. It was cool how they explained the blip and how everyone, Aunt May, Favreau, the teachers, everyone had their story of what their life was like for the 5-year absence of everybody that disappeared and then reappeared. So it was cool to see that, you know, everything that had happened and transpired in the MCU had a direct reflection to what was going on in the Sonyverse, the Sony MCU verse. Zendaya plays a great MJ, not in the classical sense, but she plays her own version of an MJ, and I like the chemistry between Tom Holland and Zendaya. It's really awkward but cute at the same time. I like how they play on the romances in this film. It's not one-dimensional like a lot of these romances are, like how a lot of these romances happen in movies. It's not one-dimensional at all, but I really like what they do with Zendaya and Tom Holland. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is a very... Jake, we already know Jake can act his behind off, but as Mysterio, I liked how they explained his powers when everything fully came out. It was like, oh, okay, that's where this movie is going. Because for a long time, I'm sitting there watching like, where the hell is this movie going? But I'm enjoying it because we're in the MCU and I'm liking that. Does that make sense? Like, I love Tom Holland and I love the story and I'm a part of this now and I'm just like, okay, where are we going with this? But I was really sitting down wanting for the action to start. I like how the connection between Tony Stark and Peter Parker fester and still bubble up even in Tony's passing. I like the ramifications that it has had on Tom Holland. Tom Holland is a fantastic actor. And I like the fact that the world is looking for the next Tony Stark. And I like that Tony Stark had put faith in Peter Parker to lead what some would say would be the Young Avengers, because I could see the Young Avengers coming up. And being part of the MCU. That would be completely awesome if they did that. But, you know, the Avengers aren't together, technically. There's no real leader. And, you know, Falcon is going off in his own series on the Disney network to do some stuff. We don't know. But in the studio MCU films, there's no Avengers. So everyone's looking around for who's going to be, what's going to be. And Peter Parker is that. This Spider-Man is definitely my second favorite Spider-Man, with Into the Spider-Verse being the best Spider-Man movie ever. A lot of people are saying that Spider-Man 2 was like the greatest Spider-Man ever, and I'm like, I don't even remember it really for it to be that awesome. And in my memory bank, I remember all the X-Men, I remember all the MCU films as far as if I loved them or not, and I don't remember 2. So I'm sorry, but Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man ever, period. Spider-Man Far From Home would be a nice second for me in the Spider-Verse. And Into the Spider-Verse, even though it's an animated film, I think it's top 3 best freaking superhero film ever. It's damn near number 1. But I do have my favorites. But Spider-Man Far From Home, I would say go see it. I wouldn't say nah. I would say go see it because it is a good film. It starts off drastically fucking slow, but it has the best Spider-Man action, live action, period. The way that they do the action sequences, bar none, it's just completely wow. 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 And when Spider-Man gets the Spidey tingle, oh my God. Oh my God, he is a superhero when he gets the tingle. And it's that Actually, that sequence at the end, the action sequence at the end, is probably one of my top 3 favorite action sequences of all MCU films. Top 3. It is that freaking good. And you finally feel like Spider-Man is Spider-Man during that last action sequence. Y'all know what I'm talking about when y'all go see the freaking movie. And listen, when y'all see the movie, come back and let me know what y'all thought. And maybe I should do a spoiler one. I don't know. But I would say go see it. I wouldn't say nah. Go see it. And I would say again that this is my second favorite Spider-Man movie, and that Spider-Man Far From Home is definitely in my top 10 MCU superhero all-around movies, period. I'm a Marvel fan. I want DC to get a clue, but I am a Marvel fan. But yeah, I'm completely invested. So let me know what you guys think, and when you go see it, because you should go see it, let me know what you think, and if I was right on the money. In the meantime, in between time, go to aknationtv.com and subscribe to see all the new content weekly. There's a new episode of The Mister just uploaded today, and also go to the online store. Go to aknationtv.com, click buy merch, and go to the online store. Are you Zaddy all day? Are you Zaddy all day, baby? Anyways, love you guys for watching, and go see Spider-Man Far From Home.